Good day, collective. Good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you may come across this here reading, I'm sure your typical healer. You ready to go to the jail? You know the deal. Okay, let's tap on in and see what is it that Spirit has for you all today. How you guys are doing during this Pluto retrograde in Aquarius? You guys holding up all right? And those affecting different signs differently. Okay, and or every sign differently. But yeah. It's been retrograding since it's May 6th, I believe it said, to October 16th. I don't forgot about that, to be honest with you. I had to relook it up because I don't know, I felt cool too. I felt cool too. I was like, what? Let me go check something out right now because I've been noticing some things and I'm like, let me look into this right quick. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's making some sense. So I wonder if you guys feel that same way, for those of you who are tapped in, you know, or has been experiencing some sort of shifts and changes as of late, these past month and or so. Okay, let's tap on in and see what is it that's going to come out for you guys about the energy that you may be in. Okay, what is the energy for the collective? Oh. Well, so for some of you guys, there may be some sort of Okay, so I'm going to put a little spin on it, okay, because I've been trying to see how I was going to do this as far as tarot is concerned. So I'm not diagnosing anyone, but take it how it resonates when it comes down to these messages. Use your intuition and discernments, okay? So I'm not a licensed doctor, but you would know your situation, right? So I've been tapping in, well, I have been tapping into attachment styles for some time now. I could probably say for a few years now, okay? And sometimes I'm redirected to get back into tapping into it at times when certain situations come about, okay? And what came out was the Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So the first thing that came to my mind that I see here on this card was disorganized. And the first thing that came to my mind was disorganized avoidant. Okay, so you could be a disorganized avoidant or it could be dealing with one. Take it how it resonates. Let me see if I can actually find where I wrote that down. Because, guys, I've been writing. I'm always writing. Always looking up something. Right. Fearful, avoidant, disorganized. Okay. Hold on. It's like a driven push or pull type of dynamic, a deep trauma wound, and chaotic relationship cycles. Okay, and with that being said, what was at the bottom of the deck that came up was the Five of Swords energy. So again, that is giving avoidance, disorganized attachment. Okay, with the Five of Swords energy. So far we have Capricorn energy and we have Aquarian energy. Okay, so there could be some sort of disagreements going on. There's some sort of misalignment happening here between you two, because it says lack of teamwork. So this could be a situation of a relationship. Okay, it could be work, place, take it how it resonates, okay? But it's leading someone to want to work alone, okay? If this is a work situation, this could be a group conflict, okay? Again, competition, defeat, conflicts, disagreements going on. This can also be pertaining, if this is a union for some of you guys, okay? Because we did have the two people here, okay, as far as teamwork is concerned. Somebody learning something or needing to learn something when it comes down to working together. But I feel like If this is a relationship situation, I feel like this could be somewhat of an abusive one. Take care of resonates, you guys, especially if you're dealing with someone that is a disorganized and fearful, avoidant. This is where the chaotic energy is coming into play because of some sort of deep trauma wounds that somebody needs to work on. Yeah, somebody needs to develop that skill, okay, to work on this, okay, to secure this energy, to secure themselves, to become more of a secure attachment with the pentacles here, okay, something that they need to learn how to get into. This could be very hard for someone, especially if they have deep trauma wounds here. So if you are in a situation, in a dynamic of a relationship, there is like some sort of push and pull, like it's like a back and forth type of energy. Okay, with this pentacles here, we have earth. Okay, I feel like somebody could be manifesting wanting to have a secure and stable or emotionally stable union here. And somebody could be learning or looking into how to go about doing this when it comes down to this situation here. This is what someone desires. Someone desires a more stable connection with possibly this disorganized, fearful, avoidant. That's gonna... Yeah, we have the water sign here. Okay, we have Page of Cups, sensitivity. Okay, you could be a anxious partner. Okay, you could be the anxious one. Take it how it's needed. Put yourself where you see fit. Okay, but this is a sensitive situation here. It's very sensitive, possibly for both parties. Okay, for this disorganized, fearful, avoidant, and for the anxious attachment person. Okay, but I feel like if you're the anxious one, you're definitely going to be going through a lot of emotions here. This is something that's very sensitive. My nose is itching. Okay, this is something that's very sensitive for you. Okay, you may feel like you may have gotten a dirty offer, a dirty cup. Okay, with that fish being in the cup. Okay, you probably didn't know that the person that you are dealing with was disorganized, fearful, avoidant. Okay, and it has led you to be in this sensitivity in your emotions. Okay, because that's definitely going to cause that here in this type of dynamic here, because there's a lot of instability, a lot of strife, and possibly someone want to break free from this as well. Okay, somebody's feeling overexerted here. We have the Tower. Okay, we have the Tower here. I feel like this has been it's been a sudden change here. Yeah, I feel like this is something that wasn't displayed in the beginning. Okay, if this is the case, and you may feel like things have suddenly changed, and that could very well be true, because that's what kind of happens when it comes down to someone that you're dealing with, as far as a fearful avoidant, disorganized avoidant, is chaotic energy. You guys both fear abandonment, and one may feel suffocation. Okay, the fearful avoidant is the one who may be feeling some sort of suffocation here in this union, and you, the anxious one, could be feeling the fears of some sort of abandonment. I feel like this person could feel that way too, because if they know that this is something that they need to work on or know themselves, they fear, the person that they may be with abandoning them. So take that how they may resonate. So we have fire and Mars. Okay. It's like a disaster here, because this is something that you weren't aware of. Okay. I feel like this is something that you have awakened to, and or possibly will be awakening to, if you happen to come across this message and or have done your own research and looked into it, or but felt guided to go look into. Okay. You may have gained some sort of insight about your situation, about this upheaval that has taken place here. Yeah, 16, which reduces down to a 7, so that would be that spiritual enlightenment. I feel like you have gotten some sort of enlightenment here. My nose is itching. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you have gotten awakened to the situation as far as someone being an avoidance. Somebody who possibly likes their space. Okay. Who likes to be in solitude. Someone who likes to be in their own power is kind of what it's giving. This is something that somebody is used to, and it's kind of hard for them to come out of it, okay? But I do feel like somebody wants balance here. Somebody wants balance. Somebody wants protection, stability, okay? And I feel like maybe somebody is not getting that here. Somebody definitely wants some sort of secure energy here, or security, okay? When it comes down to this situation. We have Virgo energy, we have Libran energy, we have fire and Mars, we have Capricorn, we have Aquarian energy, we have earth energy, we have water and earth energy. Okay, but I do feel like judgment is at play here for someone. Okay, judgment is being called. Somebody may be making a decision to possibly walk away or to stay, take care how it resonates. I don't know your decision that you're going to be making, okay, when it comes down to the situation. But if it's an abusive situation, I'm sorry. I can only speak for myself. If it's, nobody wants to be in an abusive relationship, okay? Especially if it's something that somebody needs to work on as far as being disorganized and fearful, avoidant. I feel like it's something that they may be avoiding to do as far as working on themselves is concerned. Is not going to help this situation here. So I feel like somebody may be calling judgment here so that they can be able to bring balance into their lives, into themselves, okay? Especially if you're someone who's an anxious attachment style, okay? This is allowing your emotional system to be out of whack here, okay? Especially if you're an empath, okay? It's kind of giving like an empath type of energy, okay? If you're the anxious one, I feel like anxious of attachments are more so of an empath. They feel. That's that emotions, okay? But I do feel like some sort of balance is going to be coming in for this situation, okay? And that balance could be somebody choosing to walk away or choosing to learn to work on themselves so that there could be a more secure outcome in a situation. Yeah, because there definitely has been some sort of shift happening here, okay? With this Wands energy shift. A sudden shift in energy. And that's that sudden change that has happened, okay? You finding out how this person is and how they handle situations, and how why things were happening the way they were happening. And you could be the one who has learned what is actually going on with the person, okay? that they may actually be some sort of disorganized and or feel fearful avoidance. Okay, this is something that you may have gotten enlightened to, and you probably want to help them in some way, shape, or form. But I do feel like I'm coming to it's like more and more I'm reading about this. It's like, in a way, people that's in this type of attachment energy, they have to do their own work. They have to do their own inner work. And this is what the skills that they need to develop here with this Page of Pentacles is concerned, so that they could become more of a secure energy. Okay? I feel like this is something that you can't really do for them. Okay? This is why you may have felt like you have gotten some sort of dirty offer, okay, from them, because they probably came in one way, masking themselves, okay, and that mask possibly have fallen, okay. That's that sudden change, that shift in energy, okay. Something that they have been avoiding, okay. They've been avoiding themselves as well. It's caused you to retreat in some way, shape, or form if you're the anxious attachment, and or possibly this person has caused themselves to, you know, pull away, as it is a push and pull type of dynamic, right? So they have retreated. They have gone into some sort of solitude to contemplate, okay, to possibly recuperate. And I feel like that is best for both of you guys, because I'm sure you need to recuperate and get a breath or two when it comes down to this person as well, okay, so that you guys could become more, and you guys a stable energy, secure energy, okay. The secure energy with the Ace of Cups, okay. I feel like this is going to take a lot of spirituality, like it's like a energy warfare, okay. It's a warfare, a spiritual warfare is what it is, basically, between the two dynamics, between the two individuals, okay. A anxious and a fearful and a disorganized, avoidant type of attachment styles. It's like unbalanced, okay. So that's given like a spiritual warfare here, where things need to become more balanced, more secure, and it takes one and or two individuals to do the work, because this is where you need to look into yourself and see why you are still there, still attached to this person, take it how it resonates. It's like now you have to do your own inner works on why you're dealing with this type of situation, and then this person have to deal with looking into themselves and seeing why they are the way they are, and how it has led them to relationships that never succeed in some way, shape, or form. So it's like it's allowing both parties to look closer and or deeper into themselves and see why they are the way that they are, why they're accepting things that they are accepting, if this is the case, and needing to make a change, okay. Although you may have love for someone, okay, you may have deep love for someone, I do feel like the feelings possibly have changed, okay, within the situation, especially if it has become abusive, okay, with this Five of Swords energy. Okay, especially if it has become abusive, I know the feelings has definitely changed here with that, okay, and someone is looking to, I feel like, leave that behind, okay, for a new beginning, okay, a more secure, happy beginning, successful beginning. Somebody's avoiding doing the work, and it's not going to help them, okay. It's only going to bring more towers and chaos and upheaval in one's life if they don't heal, okay. Yeah, what I said. Somebody's going to be leaving something behind. It's emotional baggage, okay. Somebody's resisting to change here. Somebody's avoiding changing, okay. Somebody's avoiding the change. It seems like somebody doesn't want to change, don't know how to change, take it how it resonates, but this is a personal transformation that somebody has to go through, okay. In order for some sort of energy to shift, okay, in order for something to change here. Somebody is needing to take some sort of inspired action on making some sort of change, going through a sort of a personal transformation. Okay, this is why the Tower is happening here. Somebody for someone to awaken, okay, and to go through some sort of rebirth here as far as this judgment is concerned. The Tower has came down. That is the judgment, so that somebody can go through a personal transformation. Okay, we have fire in Mars, we have fire in Pluto, we have water signs, we have Aquarian energy, we have Cancer and Leo energy, we have Libran energy, we have Virgo energy, we have Scorpio and Sagittarius energy, Capricorn, Aquarian energy, okay? Yeah, somebody definitely needs to tap into some sort of secure energy, okay? Possibly both. Take care, resonates, okay? I feel like the purpose here is for you guys to find and or step into some sort of secure energy on both ends. It's kind of what I'm getting in this message, okay? Because if you are the anxious attachment, then you need to step into some sort of secure energy, knowing what type of attachments that you are attaching yourselves to, okay, with this empath and unmatched energies is what I would say, okay? Yeah, because see, I'm gonna put it out there just for a little bit, but again, take it how you will, but how I see it, because I see things connecting in a circle, in full circles, right? So even with the attachment styles, okay, and where you land as far as the anxious attachment, I see it as more of like an empath, and the avoidance energies, I see it more as low vibration. I don't want to say narcissist, but if you want to, it would be like the empath and narcissist dynamic, if you get what I'm saying. I didn't want to take it there, but I brought it there a little bit, and I say it like that is because as I have done a little of my research as well, these avoidants are not all necessarily narcissistic, but in some way they do overlap, even with anxious attachments in some way, shape, or form. If we have a diagram, a circle diagram, right, where we have the anxious, we have the avoidance, and like in the middle, like, you know, the 3-circle diagram, it will have like in the middle, it will probably have narcissism, you know, there, because in some way, shape, or form it can lead into that if not healed. You see what I mean? So this is why we need to heal ourselves, so that you could become more in this secure energy, okay? Because right now there's a lot of insecurities happening on both ends, okay? Some of this avoidant, fearful, disorganized attachment is someone who's very insecure within themselves, okay, due to their upbringing in some way, shape, or form. This is why they like to isolate themselves. They like to have space. They like to have their space in some way, shape, or form, okay? And you can also be the one that is the anxious attachment who has needs, okay? Where this type of dynamic pull and push and pull dynamic can cause some sort of insecurities within you. So you see how that can just lower vibrations instead of bringing it into a higher vibration. And this is where the secure energy comes in at, where you guys need to develop that skill. Okay, learn how to tap into that secure energy. Know what you're wanting to tolerate, knowing that what you need to fix within self, so that you know what you're tolerating and what you're going into when it comes down to people that you interact with. Okay, so that you can be able to develop this secure energy. Okay, becoming more abundant, being able to manifest what is of your high vibration. Okay. You want to get into this. So with these cups energies here, it's giving also healing. Okay, healing is needing to take place here on both ends. I would possibly say, especially if you're someone who's dealing with this type of avoidant, I'm sure it has brought some sort of insecurities within you, has broken you down in some way, shape, or form, and is leading you to now heal and to get back into your energy and or a higher one. so that you know how to discern and to notice any attachment styles within people that you interact with. Okay? Becoming more stable and grounded in your energy, emotions wise as well. Okay? So, if this message has resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I ask that you like, no, comment that down below so that I know if you feel called to. And I hope to see you on the next message in the reading. Love you all. Take care. Really take care. Okay, as this is a spiritual warfare, energetic warfare. And many of us is going through it. Okay? And or a lot of you guys are going through it. Okay? But do some research. Like become aware. And to heal. See you on this message in the reading. Take care. Ashe.